Hello YouTubers, this is 777-200 Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today you're going to be reviewing a JC Wings Boeing 777-200LR longer range Worldliner in the Dreamliner house cars livery in a 1:1 scale model. I purchased this model from Troy's Toys based out of Overland Park, Kansas. His website is www.troystoysinc.com. Allow me to share with you some information about the history of Boeing. The Boeing Company was founded and incorporated in Seattle, Washington by the late William E. Boeing on July 15, 1916 as the Pacific Aerial Products Company. Then the company changed their name and became known as the Boeing Airplane Company on May 9, 1917. Boeing is the world's largest aircraft manufacturer and the world's second largest defense contractor that actually specializes in designing, manufacturing, and selling airplanes, rotorcrafts, rockets, and satellites. The corporate headquarters of the Boeing Company is located in the Fulton River District of Chicago, Illinois, where it's organized into 5 primary divisions: the Boeing Commercial Airplanes Division, the Boeing Defense, Space, and Security Division, the Boeing Capital Division, the Boeing Shared Services Group Division, and the Engineering, Operations, and Technology Division. The Boeing Company just reached a prestigious milestone in the aerospace and aviation industry last year as it commemorated its 100th anniversary on July 15, 2016. And after 100 years, Boeing still continues to be innovative by maintaining a standard of significant excellence as a leader in the aerospace and aviation industry in the 21st century. Okay, folks, this is the front of the box. You see here the aircraft type, the Boeing title, and a logo there, and the model information right there, folks. Alright, this is the back of the box. Nothing much back there except the Boeing licensing product decal right there and the JC Wings logo right there. You also go to their Facebook page and get information about present and future releases that they're getting ready to release down the pike there as well. And this is the top of the box. You see here the aircraft type, the Boeing title and their logo. And there's the 2 aircraft. They both the same ship number. The only difference, this one right here, this has the Sinyi decal on it going the distance. I didn't get that one. I should have got that one. But this is the one I'll be doing a review on. And this is the bottom of the box. You know, the Boeing 777F freighter. That's a JC Wing future release. And then there's the Boeing decal, logo, and the information there, the model information. And then that's the ship number for that release coming soon. Okay, this is the model stand. It came with the model. You see the little pattern right there, folks, which means when you put your model on the stand, that black pattern right there will prevent your model from being damaged or scratched. And then you come down here, you see the little customized plaque here on this model stand that JC Wings been doing since 2013. There's the Boeing title and their logo, the aircraft type, and the model scale information there as well. Okay, and this little plastic bag here with all these little deals here with the 2 little toothpicks, these are the gear replacements. Please stay tuned for that part as I go into detail for the purpose of these for the model, okay? Okay, with all that information out of the way about the history of Boeing, all the details here on this boxing, the details here on the model stand, and the little so-called details here on the gear replacements, with no further ado, folks, here is the model. There it is, folks, the JC Wings Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range Worldliner, and the Dreamliner house cars livery in a 1:1 scale model. Now allow me to share with you some more information about how the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range versions, came about. The Boeing 777-200LR longer range is the 5th 777 flagship variant that was officially launched along with the Boeing 777-300ER, the extended range version, in February 2002. The 777-200LR, the second long-range model after the 777-300ER, rolled out on February 15, 2005 and completed its first flight on March 8, 2005. Then fast forward to November 10, 2005, when the first 200LR set a world record for the longest nonstop flight of a passenger airliner by flying 11,664 nautical miles, which equates to about 13,423 miles eastward from Hong Kong to London, England, lasting 22 hours and 42 minutes as the flight surpassed the 200LR standard design range and was eventually logged in the Guinness Book of World Records shortly thereafter. The 200LR was officially certified by the United States Federal Aviation Administration and the European Aviation Safety Agency for commercial service on February 2, 2006, and the first aircraft of this type, the 200LR, was eventually delivered to launch customer Pakistan International Airlines on February 26, 2006. As of December 2016, or at the time of this video review posting, 11 different 200LR customers have taken delivery of 59 aircraft with no unfulfilled orders. Also at the time of this video review posting, this aircraft, the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version, still holds the record for the longest nonstop flight by a commercial airliner. So, with that information out the way, let's get down to the nitty gritty and let me show you all the details and information on this aircraft. Shall we? Let's roll. Okay, we're going to start on the port side / left side of the aircraft, where you see the nose gears right here, the realistic nose gears with the struts, the nose gear doors, the pitot tubes, the nose cone, the cockpit windows, and the windshield wipers. I'll give you a better visual view of those later on in the review. And then you see the Boeing title right here and their logo right here on the lower part of the fuselage. Now this decal right here, the 200LR decal, this is the 5th of the 6th variant of the Boeing 777 Flagship family after the 200, the 200ER, the 300, the 300ER, and the 777F freighter. And at the time of this video review posting, there are only 10 commercial airlines that are currently operating this aircraft in their fleet. Air Canada, based out of Montreal, they were the North American launch customer. Air India, based out of Delhi, India, they were the Asian launch customer. Sabah Intercontinental, based out of Malabo, Guinea. Delta Airlines, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Emirates, based out of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Ethiopian Airlines, based out of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, they were the African launch customer. Etihad Airways, based out of Abu Dhabi. Qatar Airways, based out of Doha, Qatar. Pakistan International Airlines, based out of Karachi, Pakistan, they were the actual launch customer. And Turkmenistan Airlines, based out of Ashgabat, Turkmenistan, are the current operators of the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version. And as of February 2017, the airlines that's currently operating the largest fleet of the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version, is Atlanta, Georgia-based Delta Airlines and Dubai-based Emirates with 10 each. Okay, we're still on the port side of this aircraft, where you got you see the logo of the 5 airline launch customers. See there? These are the actual 5 launch customers that placed orders for this particular aircraft, the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version. From left to right, Pakistan Airlines, Eva Air, Qatar Airways, Air India, and Jet Airways. However, Eva Air decided in 2006 against the 3 Boeing 777-200LR orders that the airline had originally ordered and opted for the Boeing 777-300ERs instead. And Jet Airways, I don't know what happened to them. I guess they'll get to them at some point. And on a side note, Air Canada was supposed to have a emblem on that too. As if you look at one of their YouTube videos, it actually had Air Canada instead of Qatar. So there it is. All right. And you got a nice view of the inboard landing light right there by the edge of the wing right there. Okay, we're still on the port side still, where you see these big massive engines right here, very detailed. These are the General Electric GE90-110B1 engines that was actually used on this experimental prototype Boeing 777-200LR aircraft. And you also see the GE90 logo right there as well on the cowling. All right, so I'm gonna turn this model around and let you see the fan blades and the turbo fan blades do spin, folks. Okay, now you look at the front angle of these engines and the turbo fan blades, and the turbo fan blades do spins I mentioned earlier. Okay, and you see the triple bogey gears here on the port side of the aircraft, as well as the inboard landing light that I showed you earlier. Okay, now you're looking at the engines on the starboard side, featuring the engine strikes over here, the fan blades spin over here as well. Okay, and then there's the triple bogey gears here on the starboard side as well as the inboard landing light on this side as well. Okay, now you're looking at the front angle of this aircraft. You got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the nose cone, even the realistic gears right there, featuring the 4 little gear lights right there inside the nose gear door, featuring the nose gear door there as well as the engine here on the port side, as well as the starboard side there as well. So with that said, I'm gonna take it back to the port side because there's more information to share with you over there as well. All right, let's roll. Okay, right behind these GE90 engines right here, you got a realistic, a good or better view of these triple bogey gears right here, along with the gear struts and the bogey gear door there as well. Now you're looking at the rake wingtip here on the port side, featuring the strobe light as well as the red navigation light. Now I'm gonna let you see these rake wingtips at a different angle. So here it is. Okay, I got this these rake tips, let you see these rake wingtips from this angle. The reason is the difference between the 200ER and the 200LR is the rake wingtips. The 200LR has the rake wingtip you see here. The 200ER does not. That's the difference. And then the size of the engine, that's another factor you can differentiate from those 2 aircraft variants. Okay, we still at the back of the aircraft on the port side where you see the Worldliner decal. Boeing gave this aircraft the name Worldliner because this aircraft could fly from point A to point B, allowing it to connect to any 2 major airports around the world non-stop, as this jetliner still holds the record for the longest non-stop flight by a commercial airline in aviation history, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. And right above the Worldliner decal, you see the registration ship number N6066C. Registration ship number N6066C. This is the first Boeing 777-200LR that was actually used as an experimental prototype. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on May 24, 2005 and continued to serve as a prototype for flight testing purposes until this aircraft was eventually repainted and delivered to launch customer Pakistan International Airlines on March 22, 2006 as registration ship number AP-BGC. Okay, the back of the port side of the aircraft where you see the 777 engraved here on this blue and white tail there. That is very impressive there. Now we're at the back of the aircraft where you see the APU exhaust hole right here. And then above the APU exhaust hole is the strobe light right there. Alright, now you see the whole rear view of this whole entire aircraft, the Boeing 777-200LR longer range Worldliner. Now we're on the starboard side of this aircraft where you see the nose gears, very realistic detail, the nose gear door, the 200LR decal, the pitot tubes, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Boeing title and their logo there on here, the front cargo container door, the 5 airlines, Jet Airways, Air India, Qatar Airways, Eva Air, and Pakistan International Airlines. And then there's the inboard landing light right there. And then you're looking at the GE90 110B engines here from this on the port starboard side, featuring the GE90 logo right there on the column right there, very detailed there, featuring the engine cones right there. That's also painted in blue there as well. And behind these engines, there's the triple bogey gears here on the starboard side there as well. And now you find looking at the rake wingtips here on the starboard side, featuring the green navigation light, and then there's the strobe light right there as well. We're at the back of the aircraft on the starboard side where you see the rear cargo container door, and then there's the Worldliner decal right there by the rear cargo container door, the AFT boat bin door, the registration ship number, and the 777 painted here on this tail here as well. Okay. Before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft and the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft, here's a feature, it's the rolling gears right here. Okay, they roll pretty good, alright. They also tilt there as well, which is good. And the nose gear even swivels a little bit there, you see that? Okay, alright. So, with that said, allow me to show you the bird's eye view of this aircraft, alright? Here it is. Okay, now you're looking at the bird's eye view of this aircraft where you see the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the anti-collision beacon light right there, high frequency antenna, the ADF antennas in 3D, the satellite communications antenna, 2 more antennas right there. There's the tail, and then you see the little dot right here, as well as the dots over here. Those are the illuminator lights that light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Okay, now let's check out the wings, folks. All right, these the wings here. There's the GE 9115B engines here, the engine stripe right there, flaps, slats, ailerons, all that good stuff, fuel dump valve, and the rake wingtip featuring a strobe light there. Same over here, folks. The engine stripe, flaps, slats, ailerons, all that good stuff, fuel dump valve, and the rake wingtip featuring the strobe light on this side as well. Okay, now you're looking at the belly view of this aircraft. We see the nose cone, the closed nose gear door, the open nose gear door featuring the nose gear. You come right about right here. The in-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at. You come right here, a couple more antennas there. And the APU housing doors right there. There's the horizontal stabilizer right there. And then the gears right here. And then see the engines here. Then there's the fuel dump valve right here. And then the rake wingtip and the strobe light right there as well. Same over here, folks. The gears over here. Okay, perfect. The engines detailed there. Fuel dump valve and the rake wingtip and the strobe light there as well. Okay, since I showed you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft in detail and the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft in detail, now it's time for me to put it on that stand that I showed you earlier, okay? So with no further ado, here is the model on the stand, folks. Okay, I finally got this model on the stand with no problem. You're looking at this model from the port side. You see the gears here intact, the bogey gears there, the nose gear, and the nice little GE90 engines there. Everything detailed there as well. All right, now you're looking at the front angle of this aircraft model with it on the stand. Everything intact, the gears, the engine, everything. All right. Okay, and now you're looking at this model from the starboard side. All right, everything detailed there. The engines, the gears, the tilt, the nose gear, all the little details along the way. All right. And finally, looking at this model from the tail cam angle. It's a beauty. Woo. Okay, before I take this model off the stand here, I got it in this position for a reason. The reason is these gear replacements. I'm going to take these gear replacements off and go into detail for the purpose of the gear replacements I mentioned earlier. So here it goes. Magnetic there. This gear just came out the port side. Okay. That's the nose gear right there. It's magnetic there as well. And the triple bogey gear here on the starboard side. Okay, just took that off there. See? All right. Okay, now since I got all the gears off this model with no problem, I'm gonna let you see this model from a different angle. So here it is, folks. Okay, finally got the model off the stand. Now I'll let you see it at a different angle. Now I'm displaying this model in flight mode. Now you got an option from this point on. Got two options. If you want to continue, option number one, if you want to continue to display it like this, you can. However, these gear replacements, that's the purpose of these gear replacements, to substitute the gears while you display your model in flight mode. Or you can do like I do, just keep it in gear down mode with the gears on there. Either way, it's still looks the model look appealing and attractive. Okay. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on here and take this model off the stand and go ahead and wrap up this model review. Okay. Okay. Now the seating configuration. Depending on the airline seating configuration, the Boeing 777-200LR can seat up to 301 passengers in a 3-class cabin configured layout, up to 317 passengers in a 2-class cabin configured layout, and up to 440 passengers in a single-class cabin configured layout, respectively. And the maximum flying range for the Boeing 777-200LR is 8,555 nautical miles, which equates to about 9,845 miles on a full passenger load. And the current title holder for the longest nonstop flight utilizing the Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version, belongs to Doha-based Qatar Airways, which currently utilizes this aircraft on their Auckland to Doha route, which is approximately 7,848 nautical miles, which equates to about 9,032 miles. And the actual flying time on this route clocks in at approximately 17 hours and 40 minutes. Well, folks, this is all I have for this model review. Please rate and subscribe, leave me your comments and suggestions. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model. In the meantime, take care, God bless. There's more coming. Stay tuned.